From the BBC World Service, in association with ABC and Akashvani, this is Stumped.
Hello and welcome to Stumped, your intercontinental hit of news, features and debate from the quirky world of cricket. I'm Alison Mitchell in London, where it's been pretty dismal following England men's fortunes over in India with the ODI series concluding. But I've tempered that with some lovely walks in the park with my friend and her beautiful working Cocker Spaniel. Jim, you'd be very pleased to hear about him.
I would, yes. Well done, Ali. Keep you busy. I've been absent for a couple of weeks doing some cricket from Sri Lanka in Australia for that series for the famous Vaughan Muralitharan Trophy. And the Muralitharan's name, of course, has come up just recently following Matthew Kuhnemann, the leading wicket taker in the series, being reported for a sus action. Interesting story.
And I'm Charu Sharma from Bangalore. I'm home, continuing my spine rehab, and of course watching, not that it was very compelling, watching the England series, the Starcast, which was under pressure. That's Rohit and Gill and Kohli to all get back in some kind of form with centuries and half centuries. However, I'm off to a wonderful new assignment. It's the Celebrity Cricket League, and all the different language film industries in India get together, play a lot of cricket. So it's a fabulous mix of entertainment and cricket. I'm quite looking forward to it. I'll leave right after the show.
We look forward to hearing about that, Charu. Well, coming up on the show this week, we're going to be talking about Jasprit Bumrah being ruled out of the upcoming ICC Champions Trophy with injury, of course, and so we ask what impact that could have on India's campaign. But first of all, the Women's Premier League is back with the third edition of the competition being played across 4 Indian cities for the first time. RCB, Royal Challengers Bengaluru, are the defending champions, but they face competition from Mumbai Indians, who are looking to regain the title they won in the first year of the tournament. MI are led by 2 absolute legends of the sport. Head coach is former England captain Charlotte Edwards, who scored over 10,000 international runs in her career and won 2 World Cups. Beside her is Jhulan Goswami, former India fast bowler and captain, the most prolific wicket taker in the history of women's one-day internationals. She's bowling coach and mentor to the team. Now, earlier this week, I caught up with them both, and they have got a great working relationship. It's clear they have an awful lot of fun together, and they have a lot of respect for what each other have done in the game as well, which you'll hear in the chat. I started off by asking Edwards just how Mumbai Indians are shaping up.
Really well, Ali. We've spent 2 weeks with the Indian domestic players and some of the Indian internationals so far, and it's been a really enjoyable couple of weeks. We feel like we've really hopefully the players are much more prepared now for the WPL and what's ahead, and we've had a bit of fun along the way as well. So we're all ready to go, I think, and start on Saturday.
I have to say, it does look like fun watching the 2 of you in particular working together on social media. Jhulan, you're nodding. You're the bowling coach. You're also team mentor. Tell us what that role entails.
Well, it is always been pleasure to working with under Lottie's leadership. As a cricketer, as a captain, she was a fantastic leader. So, starting my journey after second part of my career after retirement from international cricket, start working with her. I know her very well, have a lot of respect for her in her playing days. And now I have learned a lot of good things from her. And where we started, I think this journey together, for Mumbai Indians has been unparalleled. And every day I'm learning new stuff. And it's a fantastic journey so far.
I have to say, I feel like I am talking to the power partnership of women's cricket, because you are both utter legends of the game, one in batting, one in bowling. Tell me what it has been like, the 2 of you, who were rivals on the field playing against each other. What's it been like coming together?
Like, it's been like truly special, and I really do mean that. I had the utmost respect for Jhulan as a player, and we had some fierce battles over the years. We really, really did. And we probably didn't get to know each other that well when we played, because you do have that rivalry. You do have, especially as an opening batter and an opening bowler, but there was always a huge amount of respect for one another. And as soon as I got this role and I knew that Jhulan was going to be the mentor and bowling coach, I was just so happy that I was finally getting to play, work with this wonderful person. And it's been truly special. And we've had some wonderful memories over the last couple of years. We've really got to know each other. I just wish I'd have got to play with her, because I think it would have been brilliant. And the WPL came a bit late for me and Julan.
Best thing about her, that her leadership quality, taking everyone together, and that I think she born with that quality. And unfortunately, we could not play together in the same team. And I wish I could play under her captaincy so I can get and a few wickets for my number. But it's always been fun working with her, knowing her personally as a youngster when we started. She was an established international cricketer, so for us was a huge challenge to get her out. So that was a plan whenever we used to play against England. So how to get her Lottie out, as soon as possible. Otherwise, she'll take the game away from our hand.
She let you bowl at her in the nets with Mumbai?
Well, first season we tried, but now I think we both of us realize that we are both of us pretty old, and let's others to take care of that. And coming back to Mumbai Indians and started our journey together, it's been exciting moment for both of us, and knowing each other apart from our cricket field, because we hardly spend those days time together. As an opposition, always we are in different and dressing room, but knowing each other at this moment is a fantastic, and what a lovely person she is.
Lottie, she's very kind about you.
She's a big softie, I tell you. She comes across as this big, fierce, fast bowler, but she's a big softie. She's very loyal, and she's wonderful with the young players. And it doesn't matter if you're an under 15 playing for Bengal or playing for India. She is so invested, and that's what's come across to me, is that whatever's happening in Indian cricket, she is fully across it. She knows everyone, and that's why we're so lucky to have her and scouting across the country. And there's no kind of coincidence that we've managed to pick up some of this wonderful Indian talent.
Yes, and I'll come to that just in a moment on the talent front. But Julan, I also want to just pick up on your legendary status in the Indian game, and you were honoured with having a stand at Eden Gardens named after you. What did that mean to you?
I think it's been a huge honor for me, as well as my family, because as a young kid, when you started watching women's cricket in 1997 as a ball girl, you never thought about that. You just wanted to dream at least once in your lifetime you can go there and play. And from there onwards, a journey started, and you get the name, and that iconic Eden Garden, your name's stand is there. So it was a huge honor for me. I think after in retirement, after playing for India, that was a big moment in my life and for my family. And after that, I think this is one of the biggest moments for my family as well as for me. And I'd like to thank the entire CAB official that they come out in such a way that they always give respect to all the sports person, particularly in Kolkata, and where they started. I think now we said in India that what Bengal thinks today, India thinks tomorrow. I think now the world will start thinking. In future, Lottie will have a name stand in England, some other players in some other countries. So it'll be a huge thing for women's cricket. And this is just a way to forward to support women's cricketers and give respect to women's cricketers.
Now, the talent that you have brought into Mumbai Indians, I want to pick up in particular on the signing of 16-year-old G. Kamalini, now an under-19 World Cup winner. Julan, I watched a FaceTime that you did with her to congratulate her after she'd been signed. And she said, her parents were in tears. These are life-changing amounts of money for these players, over $180,000 US, 1.6 crore. What can you tell us about her backstory in particular?
We saw her, in a domestic level in under 19 days, and when we called her for the trial, she impressed all of us. And definitely from day one, we start following her graph in a domestic circle, and then we definitely discuss with Lottie also. And Lottie also watched her during the time. She also come down, and Lottie also there, and she also impressed with her approach, her mindset. And she's an exciting kid, and coming from Tamil Nadu, and have some solid background, working in a lot of quality people over there. And Tamil Nadu has huge culture as producing extraordinary cricketers in men's cricket. And now also is coming with the women's team. And when I spoke to her after the auction, she was almost on a tear in her eyes, and her family. I got a call from her parents also that thank you so much, ma'am. It's been a huge honor for us. Our girls are going to play for Mumbai Indians. She can learn a lot of good things because such a quality support staff as well as quality players in our dressing room we have. So I say it's been going to be a huge thing for her. And really, what a talented cricketer she is, and she deserved that. And looking forward and wishing her a lot of success in her future endeavor.
Yeah, she was a standout batter at the Under-19s World Cup, and India are now back-to-back winners at that youth level. How does that bode for the India senior team, Julan? And when do you believe India will get that first World Cup win?
I think we started with the under-19 level. We are at this moment slow and steady start. I believe on that way, because both the time we have won the under-19 World Cup, and it's been great effort by our team. Our put a lot of effort on BCCI side throughout the year. They are preparing those girls for this competition. But in a senior level, I think we have to play some smart cricket, positive cricket. And I think in future, definitely there's an opportunity for us, for our team, because the 50 overs World Cup we're going to play in India is a huge thing for our country, and will be a huge thing for women's cricket, because WPL is bring that huge boost in women's cricket in our country. So after that, you're going to play the 50 overs World Cup in India. It's going to be, a lot of followers, a lot of people will come forward and watching our girls, and they want to see their heroes to perform over there. So it's a great opportunity for Indian team to build a quality team and be together and play some fearless cricket over there.
Yeah, that's coming up in October, November this year. Lottie, what of England's chances? Because they're about to embark on a review into their recent Ashes performance, which was a 16-0 drubbing. What, as a former England captain, was your feeling about that series and where England went so wrong?
Yeah, I watched a lot of it, Ali, and I felt pivotal moment, second ODI. I think that was, a real turning point within the series. And then England just seemed to lose confidence. And then obviously the media scrutiny, which, we've never seen anything like that before. It was brutal at times. That of the world now. So yeah, hugely disappointing. Hopefully this will be a moment, a line in the sand moment for the team and for ECB to have a look at where we're going with the women's game, because there's a lot of good things happening, and I think that's what makes it sad for someone who's involved in the system. There's a lot of good things happening within the counties and the regional structure, and it hasn't necessarily been portrayed with the England team. So that's a worry, I guess, and something that needs to be looked at.
With all the experience that you've had now, success with Mumbai Indians in the inaugural year, with your experience in the WBBL, coaching in the 100, how well placed would you feel if an opportunity came up to coach the England women's team? Because I remember at the time you wanted to spend a lot of time away from the team, and you've now been 9 years away. Do you feel you're in a position that if a chance came up, you'd want to take it?
Yeah, I'm certainly more prepared, because some of the experiences I've had in the last few years, I just want to help at the moment, because I feel like this review is taking place, and I think they've got to ask people within the game what they think. And I think I've got great experience across county level, working in WBBL, that, hopefully someone will pick up the phone and ask what we need to do to get better. And I think that's all I care about at the moment. I don't care who coaches the team, who captains the team. I just want English cricket to get back to where it should be. And I think we've got to use people who know what's going on to help. And I feel I'm in a position to help and hopefully support the ECB in that process.
And how is Lottie's karaoke skills? Because I always seem to see her behind the DJ decks with a microphone.
She is next level with the karaoke. And if you give her, and she'll be on, and she can sing whole night, I'm telling you. And that's a huge hidden skill. She is always there in her dressing room, but we don't know much. But now we know about her, about second, part of her, skills, that she can be in a next opportunity for her to become a karaoke singer. So always Lottie can beat everyone in that competition.
Brilliant. Well, rather than finish on the karaoke note, Lottie, just tell us how you have evolved as a coach over the course of the time you've spent with Mumbai Indians in particular.
I think it's been a wonderful experience. I think I've grown so much in the last 2 years. I think just around communication, working with different cultures, etc. And I was just, I was saying earlier that, when I first came to Mumbai, a lot of the players didn't understand, English. I had to have a translator in Davika, one of our assistant coaches. And now to see how the players have grown in that 2 years, that now I can have a team talk and everyone understand me. But it is different. It's been so rewarding. Just changing players' lives as well out here. It's been quite a pressure at times. But it's been so great to be able to have the opportunity to work in India. I obviously got to play here, but to work here with one of the greats of the game has been truly special.
Has Lottie Gilan had to learn much Hindi or Bengali? Have you been helping her with?
She learned few stuff in Hindi, but I don't think so she'll come out over here. Let's remain to our dressing room. That's our dressing room part. It is top secret. Let it be the top secret.
So Ali, the first year I used to, I did my team talks in Hindi. The players gave me what to read and I read it out, and apparently I wasn't very good. So I need to up my game.
Good luck for the upcoming WPL. Great to learn more about Mumbai Indians and your working partnership as well. Good luck.
Thanks, you.
Ali.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you.
Well, next on Stumped, the ICC Men's Champions Trophy returns after an 8-year gap on the 19th of February. The 8-team event is being played in Pakistan and Dubai. That was after India refused to travel to play in Pakistan. Now, the troubled build-up to the event has also seen England come under political pressure to boycott their group stage match against Afghanistan because of the Taliban's oppressive regime and treatment of women. Charu, first of all, India's lead-up, that has absolutely been thrown into some turmoil with the injury to Jasprit Bumrah, lower back injury. I mean, how big a blow is that? I mean, saying that India just seemed to have, as we've seen in the series against England, depth and depth and depth.
Well, we've said that for Indian cricket for very long now, the depth. And of course, every once in a while they fail to prove that depth. But Jasprit Bumrah, well, he's going to be a big star regardless of where, when, any surface, any time, because of his very special abilities. It's a pity, of course, that he hasn't recovered yet. It may also be a situation where he's actually fit enough to play, but the Indians have taken a call saying, well, let's not risk the possibility of that injury worsening. So I'm not so sure that he's completely not ready to play at this point of time. But also considering the surfaces in Pakistan particularly, you might have read what's gone on with the spinners there in the recent past. I do think that the spinners are going to play a very, very big role in the Champions Trophy.
There's a lot of teams that do struggle against spin. Jim, what about the Aussies? Because Mitch Starc has opted out of the Champions Trophy, personal reasons. That comes off the back of no Pat Cummins, no Josh Hazlewood, no Mitch Marsh, or the recently retired Marcus Stoinis. So where do your expectations lie going into this?
I'll be very surprised if they even get to the semi-finals, to be honest. They're a weakened side. Mitchell Starc is the best white ball bowler in world cricket, has been for some time. He's a devastating strike bowler. I just don't think they're quite there, but we'll see. They're capable. Australia have this extraordinary record in recent years in all forms of the game, but I'll be very surprised if Pakistan and India don't play off in the final.
Well, that would be my next question, actually, to get Charu's thought on Pakistan's chances. Of course, they've got their home crowd behind them. What of their chances? Of course, they are the holders of the Champions Trophy if you go back to when it was last played.
Without question, very big for Pakistan because they haven't had much cricket happen for many years. They've got a chance now to host a big one, a big ICC trophy. There's been a lot of noise, at least in this area. And I think we talked about it too in terms of the ICC's overseeing the preparation of the grounds in Pakistan. So there's been some adverse news there whether Pakistan are really ready in all respects to host the Champions Trophy. I hope they are. It's very big for them. On the infrastructure / logistics scale, because they could use a lot of noise and international noise for cricket in Pakistan rather than playing in other countries such as the Gulf. But apart from, say, the marketing success that Pakistan need to make this, they are easily one of the leading contenders, especially because of the spin that I talked about. They've done very well with their spin recently. But for Pakistan, I think they're, to repeat, leading contenders without doubt. As we keep saying, which side of the bed do they wake up from collectively? Very mercurial, but it could be them.
Well, that's all we've got time for on this week's Stumped. So my thanks to Jim Maxwell and Charu Sharma and to all of you. I'll make sure that we do it again next week. Till then, bye for now.